Hey everyone, it's Audrey at Audrey Lynn Studios on the west side of Canada near Vancouver. I have a kiln opening today. It went up to 2190 slow coal and held there for 10 minutes, and then down to 1900 held for 30 minutes. Yeah, not a great kiln unload, but okay. Let's start with some small things. So I have some trinket dishes here. The cutter is by Sue Butler from 3D Commotion. So it's like a ruffled heart, and I don't have it with me right now, but whatever. And this clay is buff, so it's Plainsman 340 with 2 coats of Spectrum Soft White. And that is a fave of mine. You probably, well, for people that watch me, have been, you know that that's a favorite of mine. Okay, and then this one is same clay, same cutter, and it is Spectrum Shallot ×2. So the texture is a little bit covered, but it's very pretty. Then I have just, I have these bits and bobs of bisque pieces hanging around. So I pulled this one out. It's just a jewelry piece. And it has, this one is white stoneware. And it has Pottery Supply House pumpernickel on it. So then I'll just attach a bail on here with epoxy and make jewelry. I have a bunch saved up to do that. And here's the Highland Coo again with the little heart. So Plainsman 340 buff clay and Stroke and Coats gray hair, camelback, pinkaboo, old lace, and hot tamale. That's always fun. Now, I have, I just want to go get something. Okay, so I made these little hearts. I know some of you call them, not anxiety stones. I don't know. Different people call them different things. I'm calling them pocket hearts. And there's this one. And they're just simply a little heart that I cut out and then bend to my thumb like that. But I made, and you would have seen this on a post. Yeah, a post. Where I made a little card for them. So my business name, and then a little poem that says, "A tiny heart, a pocket friend, a little love that has no end." And then I used like a double-sided sticky, it's like a glue dot, you might say. And that's what sticks the heart onto the card. And then I made the card to fit this bag, resealable cellophane bag. So it's kind of a good idea if you're, well, it's fun if you're doing markets, but I send all my stuff to Crossberry Farms, and it's kind of not feasible to just put like a little dish of little hearts in there. So it's better to put them on some sort of a, package them somehow. So that's how that is. All right, and feel free to do that. You can copy. It's fine with me. Okay. So I did some refires in my last kiln load. This was one of the pieces, and it is 370 white stoneware. It was the chartreuse matte by Georgie's, and I wasn't so crazy about it. So I thought, oh, well, let's throw a jungle gem on. Well, let's throw mixed melon on there. Gross, man. It's bad. Look at what it didn't even, like I thought for sure it would clean it up. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, I got a cough. Oh my goodness. You know, like I thought that it would run down all nice and be shiny at the top, and the mat would be at the bottom. And oh my goodness, that is terrible. That is a candidate for the great pottery smashdown again. That's what that is. Okay, and then I know I said it wasn't going to refire, but I did, but I didn't put enough chun on. So this vase. So sandbala, I believe, underglaze transfer, four times of Amaco cherry blossom. This was iron luster ×2, and then I put 2 coats of chun as the refire, but I didn't put enough on. Anyway, okay, now I'm not going to fire it anymore. And then, yep, look at this. Saw my last kiln unload. Couldn't believe that this was dragonstone. Still can't believe it's dragonstone. And look at, that's how much extra I put on. You can see how it's beating at the bottom like that. So the only thing I can think of now is that it does not like slow cool. It wants to go straight to cone 6, and that's that. So I will put it into a cone 6 with lots of cookies on the bottom at some point, and you'll see it come out later. I'll try this one, and then I'll try a fresh one and see how it works. There were a few comments in the last kiln opening community comments there, and a couple people had some suggestions where, like, make sure you stir the glaze, not just shake it. Put it on 3 times really thick, if not 4 times, and then some blobs. And so, I mean, I probably did all of the above, and it's still like this. So all I can think of is that it needs to go right to a cone 5 or a cone 6, no slow cool. All right, then I refired this rose, and I'll put a picture here what it looked like first, and then what it looked like second. But I put 2 coats of Spectrum Soft White on it, and now it looks like this. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite right now, but it's okay. It looks, to me, this is better than any of the other things that turned out. So yeah. I mean, better than any of the other results is what I mean. All right, this is another rose, and I'll put a picture here of what it looked like before. And it had been sitting on my showroom shelf for a long time, and I thought, I'm just going to take it off the shelf and put Spectrum Soft White on this 2 ×2. And I love it. So this had celadons. This had cherry blossom celadon, I believe chun and mulberry in the shaded areas, and it was not fantastic. But I put this 2 times Spectrum Soft White, and look how it broke on that celadon. So there is something I am going to explore, because that is really very pretty. It's very frosty. I like that. Another refire. So this little plate looked like this last kiln opening. And then I went back, so the Moon River, the new Amaco Moon River looked like wheat color. And now I put two more coats of Moon River. So it still kind of looks like wheaty, but you can see there's some pink in there, which is good. Nat from Mud Magic, she said, oh no, give it a shot, put it on really thick. And so, you know, there's probably 4 coats on here now of Amaco Moon River. So, I mean, that looks a lot better for sure. But I need to try that Moon River on its own. If you've used Moon River, please tell me what you do with it. Do you slow cool program it, or do you go to a fast fire to cone 5 or 6? Okay, but that looks better, a lot better. And this one also looks better. You can see where that Moon River is trying to do its magic. So, better. Not sold yet, but better. Yeah. Okay. Now, I did refire this Handbuilt by Laguna pot. The outside looks exactly the same as it did, but it had a couple pinholes on the inside. So that's great now. What am I trying this on one of the roses? Yeah, that is a really nice glaze. And I actually hadn't seen anybody use it. I am late to the game watching Sarah from Three Little Potters do her heart bowl kiln opening, and which came before my kiln opening, but I hadn't watched it. So I didn't know that she was using Handbuilt. But I just thought, what an intriguing name. And I liked the color, like on the jar. So I really like it. Okay, now I'm going to go through the fails of these Love Endures hearts. Okay, so what do I say? Anytime I have a tutorial, and I mean, I must say it all the time, compress your rims. Make sure you compress your rims. Go back to it a few times, compress your rims. Dummy didn't compress her rims. Oh my gosh, like what was I thinking? And these two did not turn out at all. Okay, so let's start with this. Oof. It was white stoneware. And I put the 3 times speckled buff engobe on the back. And this is Spectrum 2 times floating turquoise. And then it broke that brownish color, which have I ever used that color on a flat plate? I don't think I have. So now I've learned. And you will see that there's a nice big crack right where I should have compressed my rim. So there's a tester. But I love the cutter. Like, I love how it's coming out. So good. Now, let's go to the other one where I didn't compress my rim. Oh my gosh. But that's Spectrum Shallot. And that is very pretty. Shows all the texture, beautiful interest in the glaze. Just a nice big crack, that's all. So those of you that bought the cutters, please compress your rims. This was another one and that came out funky. Like nothing wrong with the cutter, but that's Spectrum Spanish Moss. So I think, oh, I don't know. But I mean, somebody might like it like that. So I will tag it. That one doesn't have a crack, which is really great. This one had a crack before. That's why I tried out this glazed. And this is 340 buff. So, I mean, glaze makes a difference, right? So this one is 340 buff. This one is 370 white stoneware. So that makes a difference. I think it looks best on white stoneware. This one is 370 white stoneware. Okay, and then this one is buff, and it already had a crack in it. I was just testing the glaze. And so this is Pottery Supply House Ferric Fervor on buff. So it's interesting. When I had tried it on 370 white stoneware, I'm just going to grab that tester. This is what it looked like on 370, not this part, white stoneware. I had bought pumpernickel and I bought Ferric Fervor. So it's different. But on the bottle, it shows that it's like a wine red. And that is not. So I'm still testing it. That's why I tried it on this heart. So yeah, this is what it looked like on that buff clay. All right. And then this one I knew, no, I didn't know that it wouldn't work out. What I was trying to do was, let's go to this plate first. So this is the cutter that I made called Save the Bees. And I don't see it right here. I will get it. Here it is. And then I made it into a dish. And what this is Coyote goldenrod chino. And crazy thing is I really thought it was going to come out matte because I've used it. Okay, so I bought that in 2019, used it on a few things, and then didn't use it anymore. And it's been sitting on the shelf. So I thought, well, I remember really loving this, and I kind of wanted something golden-y. So I took it out of the cupboard and did this with it. But I expected it to come out matte. So I'm not sure why it's shiny, but it does look very nice. I really, really like it. So that takes me then to the last Love and Jers heart that I used the same, let's see, what was this on? That's buff clay. This is also buff clay, and I used it on here and then put clear over to see if it would work. But of course, it changed it completely. Why wouldn't it? So yeah, I don't know if you can really pick up what it's done there. I guess it's a neat color and a neat texture. Anyway, same clay, same chino. This one has 2 times Amaco mixing clear on it. All right. There's the difference. So more Love and Jers, but these are dishes. And I wanted, let's go with the somewhat fail first. I guess it's a fail. You know that this platter, I've been doing this technique quite a bit. Well, I wanted to try it on this dish. So it's buff clay, Plainsman 340. And so these are all kiwi underglazes. So a nice winey red, black in the letters, and then green up here, and then 2 times Spectrum soft white. And I was really just testing it, but I thought that the white would be more prevalent, and it's not. So it's not my favorite for sure. I might put another coat or 2 of soft white on it. But this one that just has soft white on it, same clay, is turned out great. I like that. And then this one has Spectrum Shallot, but it's 370 white stoneware. And that turned out great. And that's shallot times 2 plus 1 light. So that worked. I like that. Okay, now a couple of hand-built mugs. This one is speckled clay, so that's Plainsman 340S speckled. And it has 2x soft white on it by Spectrum, and I love that. And that roller is by Sue Butler on Etsy. It's 3D Commotion, and her link is always in my description. So, and then with this one, I did the inside deep fire brick ×3, and then the heart is deep fire brick and then soft white. And I think it's cute. I really like it. Turned out great. And then this one, same sort of style. This one, same clay, 340S speckled, is pumpernickel. And then I have deep fire brick on the big heart and pumpernickel on the small heart. And I love it. I think it turned out great. Same roller. Yep, I like them. And 2 more pieces. Now, I did get a few comments, so I did put out a tutorial about building a birdhouse with a pool noodle. And I did get a few comments about, oh, the hole's too big, which I kind of knew it was already, but it's what I had. So I will, and it's so funny. I've got circle cutters, huge, you know, like big, like even bigger. And then really tiny ones. But do you think I have just the perfect one for a birdhouse? No. So I have to 3D print it. Anyway, and then the other thing was they said it's a good idea to maybe put holes in the bottom in case water goes into the birdhouse. So just passing those things on. But man, are they darn cute. So, and this roller is of leaves, and it's a Jessica Putnam Phillips roller. And this was made with Plainsman 340 buff, and it has pumpernickel on here. And then this, okay, is that cutter that lots of us use. I'll just pull it out, and there's a reason for that. The largest one, this one here. But I have another birdhouse on my shelf, and I actually made a bigger cutter on the printer. So that's the one we use, and this is the one that's on the next birdhouse. Okay, had to stop and clean up my phone storage. I don't even know where I was. Okay, so I 3D printed this one. Oh, I know why. Because I like this because now I can really get some height on this flower. Not that I don't like this, but I wouldn't mind just a little more height on this flower. And then of course, you know, if this has more height, then this wouldn't be big enough, and now it will be big enough. Does that make sense? Anyway, yeah, so that worked out. And then the last birdhouse, Same idea. This one is done with another roller by Sue. And it is Spectrum's Cactus ×2 on the bottom. And then the flower is, oh, did I even say? I don't think I said what that one was. Okay, I'll go back to that in a minute. So this is Cactus, and then this is Shallot ×2, and this is Fuzzy Peach ×2. So let's just go back here. So this one is Pumpernickel, and then Shallot, and then this is Ginger. So turned out kind of cute. Yeah, I like them. I'll just finesse them a little bit more. Make a smaller hole, you know, all that stuff. Okay, all right, there you go. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave your comments and questions and so on below. And, you know, like, subscribe, comment, share. I appreciate all of it, and I thank you for being here. Peace out.